Okay, the first thing that we've got to do is we need to um, first upload our thank you page, all of our pages to our website. Okay, so wherever you have this stored at, or I'm sorry, wherever you need an FTP client, and I like using um, uh, is FileZilla. Okay, it's free. You can just get it, I think, at FileZilla.com. But anyway, all you do is you browse to once you log in, you browse to My Weight Loss Online or whatever your story or whatever your domain name is, and then you go locate the file that you want to upload. And so I wanted to do the index and the thanks. Those are the two pages. So you select them like this, and then you just click and drag over to the folder. And I already put them in there, but you just go ahead and do that. And what it'll do is it'll just automatically upload them to your server, and now they're ready to go. Okay, so got that covered. Next thing we need to do now is to make the follow-up content. Now I have for you guys a set of 7 emails, swap files that you can use to kind of help get this thing started for you. Okay, these swipe files, they work pretty well for any niche. All right, and if you don't know really what to write in these emails, this will give you a good idea. But I'm going to go over the kind of system I like to use. Now, the first email is always going to be a thank you email. Okay, hey, thanks for purchasing. Here's your product, or thanks for signing up. Uh, Here's the product. Okay. Now the next email, because if they haven't, they obviously if they're still on this list by the second email, they haven't purchased yet. So I would just like to do a simple email saying, just reminding them, have you um, checked out the site? Okay. And I would just do this at 1 day intervals. So the very next day, hey, did you check out that site I told you about? All right. Now, we don't want to like pester them. We also want to build a relationship with them. So the third email, if possible, I would get an interview with product creator, an audio interview if all possible, okay? And I'd say in the email, hey, just thanks for subscribing. Hey, I got some great content, or I got some great stuff for you today. I just was able to get an interview with the guy who made Fat Loss for Idiots, and he's a real nice guy. And in it, he reveals. Make sure you always tell them that they're going to get something out of it. In this 30-minute audio, you're going to get some free secrets on how you can lose weight using this system, and you can learn more about Fat Loss for Idiots by just this interview with this product creator. It's great. I'm excited, about it. Go listen to it, okay? So that would be like the third email. Fourth email, once again, more content. I would do, you got your interview. I would do another testimonial, or actually no, because it's more selling. I would do more direct content. I would do another tip or trick from product. Hey, I just made another video I want you guys to see, and then you can just redirect to another page. It's got a tip, a really powerful tip that you can use, and it's about, and do something specific. Say it's about how you can cook a really fancy steak dinner, that's all just red meat and potatoes, and how you can make it calorie free so you'll never gain weight from eating it, or, something like that. Or I've got a cool recipe that's good for weight loss that I think that you'll really like. Go to this video, and I'll tell you about how you can make it, okay? So something like that. That would be in the niche I'm talking about. You'd want to adjust it for obviously the product you are concerned with. So you've gotten 2 emails with just straight content. The fifth one, I would then be promotional. I would do another testimonial. So, hey, I just got an email in, or hey, I just found this other person who had used Fat Loss for Idiots. Check this out. This is what they had to say. Okay. Um, and then you would just go into your, kind of once again, send them to a video and read the story, tell the story. Okay. You could do it something like inspirational story. Okay. Um, then sixth email, uh, excuse me, sixth email, I would tell more about myself, um, kind of how I'm doing with fat loss for idiots, or the product. Hey, this is what's been going on ever since I got the product. Here's kind of an update on me. All right. Seventh email. This kind of would be the big call to action. This is where I would really drive it home. This is maybe where you could offer a coupon, if you could work it out with your merchant, or maybe offer um, another bonus on top. Okay, it's the big call to action. Um, you know, Also maybe point out the guarantee. So this is kind of saying, if you haven't bought by the seventh email, all right, I'm going to finally kind of put a little more pressure on you. I'm going to say, hey, get this. Now we've got a coupon. It only lasts for 24 hours, so kind of use scarcity. And there's no risk to you. There's this guarantee. So go check out the site now. And then what I would do after the seventh email is, if they still haven't purchased, I would do one more email. The eighth email would be, hey, just got word of this other cool diet that you may like, since you never, since you never got my this product, perhaps you'd be interested in this one. That's kind of what I would do. And then from then on out, so these would all be 1 day apart, these emails. So, and I would just And then what I would do is, from here on out, I would do another 9 through 14 emails about the second product, and I would space these out every other day, or every kind of fourth day, something like that. And then from there, I would just kind of stop having an auto responder. From there, it would just be broadcast emails and stuff. But they're more likely to buy within these first few days. Okay. Now, to keep the list warm, that way they could still respond to you, I would keep giving good content. So maybe once a month, create new content and send it to them. Broadcast. And you can do this with, you could broadcast just to the group of people who have gone through your email sequence entirely, and then just send a broadcast message to those who are not, or are past the 14th email, and just send it to them by giving them good content. That way, if you decide to make your own product, they're going to be more likely to respond, so you can keep them warm. Okay. So that's kind of how I like doing this. Be sure to check out the email swipe file. I've got just a ton of emails on how I've got the first 7 emails, how you would write it. Okay. And so that's how you go about doing that. In the next video starts kind of module 2. I'm going to talk about how you start off brand new, and how you kind of use these interesting techniques and tricks to start driving traffic and start exploding your list size without relying on Google or SEO. So this is Rob. Thanks for listening and watching. I will see you in the final video. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 6th and final video of this course. In this final video, we're going to talk about, of course, the important part, and that's driving traffic. And of course, we're not going to drive traffic using Google or SEO or any of that crap, because frankly, that stuff is hard. And, this is a little bit easier way of doing it. And so what I have is, you're going to kind of get started, because right now you don't have a list. Now, once you get a list of a certain size, you could start leveraging that list into getting more subscribers. And I have a complete 16-page e-guide called the Unique Traffic Guide that came with this course. It contains 22 unique ways to drive traffic to your list using your list for leverage. A lot of them use your list for leverage. Some of them don't really need necessarily a list. Some of them are just unique traffic ideas, but none of them require the use of you thinking about Google. Okay. You don't have to think about the search engines. And so that's the beauty of this system, and this is kind of where the magic happens. You've got your offer set up, you've got your page, squeeze page. All you have is a squeeze page, a thank you page, a few pages for content that you'll give to your email list, and the rest is history. And I think I'm going to show you. This is the part where I'm going to show you where you don't have to you don't have to have a SEO'd site. You don't have to play into Google's hands. There are so many different ways to get awesome amounts of traffic that you never even have to worry about Google. People are obsessed with getting up in the top rankings, but when it comes down to it, you just don't need it, okay? And I've compiled 22 different ways of doing it, but there's hundreds of different ways. You just have to put your mind to it, and hopefully the guide will get you started thinking creatively about how you can get traffic. But getting started, you don't have anything. So the first thing that you really probably would best to be do is to start off with some article marketing. Now, article marketing, some of you will say, well, yeah, but that's search engine stuff. That's well, it sort of is. I'm talking about just pulling the traffic from the articles. I'm not really worried about ClickBank, or I'm not worried about article rankings. You can get 200 subscribers, and that's what I recommend starting off. Your target goal. You can get 200 subscribers to your list pretty fast. In fact, you could probably do it within a couple of weeks. And in order to help speed you along, I do have a WSO for article marketing that you could check out. The link is located right beneath this video, okay? And it'll help you write articles in anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes in length. Instead of being massive articles, it will show you how to get traffic to them. If you want to get search engine rankings, you can use it for that as well. You can also, pre-sell your visitors, get massive click-through rates. I recommend that you check it out because it just works hand in hand. It works really, really well with this method. Okay. I also talk about in this unique traffic guide what is called a service swap, and I want to tell you about it now because I think it'll help. If you have 0 subscribers on your list, you can offer other people who have lists kind of almost like a job where you're saying, hey, I want to do this service for you, but instead of you having to pay for it, I'll do it for you for free. So for example, the things people hate, an article marketing thing. Say, I'll write you, you find out, any guy in your niche and say, well, you've got a list of 3,000, 5,000 people, whatever. If you would send a broadcast out to my list, or to your list, to send traffic to my list, I will write you, 100 articles, and I'll do it over the course of a month, and or 300 articles. I'll write you 10 articles a day, and I'll send them to you for a month. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, holy crap, that's going to take a lot of time. Well, yeah, but what he's just doing to you is giving you 3,000 subscribers for free. Obviously, if he has 3,000, you won't get all of them to opt in, but even after if you just get a 15% or even a 10% opt-in rate, that's 300 people right there, and that's enough for you to start doing these ad swaps and stuff I'm going to talk about in a second. But I mean, immediately you'll have a list, and 300 people. I mean, 300 people on your list, if you get just a 2%, 3% conversion rate, that might be 12 to 13 people, that purchase from you. That right there, if you did the Fat Loss for Idiots thing, that's like $500-600 right there. All right. So, you're writing, 300 articles, but you're starting your business off by immediately making money, and you're doing it without relying on Google at all. All right. So that's the service swap. The whole key with the service thing is to get people into it. You have to over deliver. You have to make them an offer they cannot refuse. All right. And for example, if they don't need your article writing, you can do what is called a 3-way deal. You find out what they need, say they need graphics or something else, and say, okay, well, I will go get you free graphics if you do this for me. And they'll say, okay, that's fine. And so what you do is you go find a graphics designer who has a website who will take your article marketing service and say, I'll write you 10 articles a day that will get you a lot of traffic and a lot of subscribers if you will give me a free graphics package. And you'll, most likely say, once again, if you're over delivering, you'll say, okay. And then you go back to your original guy. Hey, I secured your graphics for you. Get in contact with this guy. He will give you a free package or whatever. And now will you please send your thing to my list? I'll start, or, set up a deal. I'll start sending you, your articles right away. Send him 10, 20, 30, and then have him broadcast out to his list. And here's the big thing, folks. You might be thinking, well, what if he doesn't trust me? What if he's worried about me, backing out? I mean, wouldn't he be afraid of that? Why would he? All he has to do is send out a single email, all right? If he doesn't pay you, quote unquote, and he never sends it out, then just stop writing the articles. If he, is worried about you taking advantage of him, there's nothing to worry about. He's sending out one article or one email. He's not losing his skin over this. It's not like he's losing a whole lot. And if he's worried about it, have him check out your offer and everything about you. And if he finds it's okay, then go for it. You just have to work out a deal and trust. But I mean, if you do this, you can do it right, and you can get a lot of subscribers pretty quick. And then after you do that, you'll have 200 subscribers. You can start doing ad swaps. Start contacting every person who is in your niche. Low-level affiliates like yourselves that has small lists, and just email every single one of them and say, hey, I noticed you have a list. Do a Google search for them or whatever, and email them and say, I noticed you have a list. I know a fast way that we can build up our lists if we do an ad swap. I'll send a broadcast out to my subscribers if you send out a broadcast to yours, and we'll just do a straight-up trade or whatever. Or I only have 200 people on my list. If you send out a broadcast message to your 200, I'll send them out to my 200. And you could potentially get 100 more subscribers, and he could potentially get 100 more subscribers. And then what will happen? Well, then you'll have 300, and the next guy you could send 300, and then you might get 150 more. So then you have 450. So by the end of the month, you have 450, and you have made $600-700. All right, seem pretty good? I bet it does, and you just keep repeating until you get a decent amount. Once you start getting, 400 or 500, you could start using this stuff in the Ultimate Traffic Guide. You could start using leverage in other ways. You could start doing all kinds of different ways to get traffic, and you can do it with leverage. And you don't ever have to worry about the search engines. You don't ever have to worry about Google, or whether you'll get slapped. You'll have your customers, you'll have your subscribers, you'll have your entire business, everything you need right there for you. Your email list, just start finding more products to cross promote to, more stuff on the back end. You can make your own product. In fact, you just have this list. It's an invaluable resource. And so definitely worth doing. Okay. And so I definitely highly recommend that you check it out. Now, as I said, a lot of you more advanced members, you're going to think, well, this whole course has been great for newbies, but how does it help me? Check out the Unique Traffic Guide. Free giveaway rights on it. You can freely give it away. So an incredible bonus for you. It'll go through and it'll teach you. Hopefully teach you something new. And as I said, this course was $7. If you felt like you didn't get your value out of it, just email me back and I'll refund you without a question. Okay. Or PM me on the Warrior Forum. So this is Rob. Thank you so much for going through my course. Remember to check out the other bonuses, the emails, the email swipe file that I've got, as well as the ebook. All right, and enjoy. Go start making a lot of money. This is Rob. Thanks for watching. I'll check you guys out later. Thanks for watching this video, and I've got a special, amazing offer for you today that's really, I think, going to make a difference for a lot of people. It's I call it the Forget Google, Make Money system. Basically, it's where you can essentially forget, kind of say F you Google, but yet still build a business and make a lot of money and a lot of residual income where it just lasts forever. But you don't have to rely on the search engines. In fact, with this method, you never have to worry about Google screwing you over. You hear all those horror stories about how people just recently, in fact, people were making a lot of Squidoo lenses, and they were making money off of those, and all of a sudden Google slapped Squidoo really hard, and so Squidoo ends up turning around and banning bazillions of Squidoo lenses, and people's businesses suddenly went under. I mean, you've got people were panicking because of these new changes. So stuff like that happens all the time. Google decides to change its algorithm. You're done. Google decides to slap or add a new set of rules for pay-per-click where you can no longer, promote affiliate products. You're done. I mean, look at Amazon. Amazon.com just banned pay-per-click as one of its methods. If you were promoting and I mean, I know this has nothing to do with Google, but if you're promoting a physical product at Amazon.com with pay-per-click, driving to your website, you're done. Um, you know, there's just all of these things that can affect outside influence that can affect your business, and the system I'm going to teach you about, you never again have to worry about that, especially when it comes to search engines. In fact, because you don't have to worry about search engine rankings anymore, you don't have to worry about keyword research. Who cares? Write the pages and I'm going to teach you how to do this, that sell. Who cares about stuffing keywords and making it unreadable just so you can get some good search engine rankings? Forget it. All right. Means also forgetting massive backlinking. You no longer have to worry about spending 30 hours a day, trying to build all these crazy backlinks to your website just so you can beat out the next guy. I mean, you've got 10 spots you're competing for, and guy number one on top's got 3,000 backlinks. You got to get 3,001, or you've got to get higher PR ranks than he does. But then you knock him off for a few days, and he gets pissed, so he turns around and knocks you off for a few days. It turns into this big, ugly wrestling match. Well, you could forget all about that because the method I've got works its way around it incredibly well. Massive pay-per-click campaigns. You no longer have to worry about spending money in sending massive traffic that way. In fact, if you can talk or type, you can make this system work for you. Okay, I can personally guarantee it, and so that's what this FU Google system is all about. It's about an old idea plus new ways of traffic and leverage. That's kind of the key word here, is leverage, equals this system. And let me talk about this. There is ways that you can get traffic without ever having to worry about it, worry about Google. And the way you could do this is through building up an email list. Now, before all of you leave and say, oh, I've heard this garbage before, I promise you haven't. Okay, you can leverage your email list in ways that you've probably not thought of. And for example, I'm going to give you an example of this. If you want to build an email list and you don't have anywhere to start, and I know a lot of people say, well, I don't have anywhere to start. I don't have, I've got to do something. Well, you could do a service swap, all right? And a service swap is where you offer to do a service for somebody, and in return they pay you by sending a broadcast message out to their list, all right? So, for example, you build your email. You build up your opt-in page, your squeeze page. You build up your opt-in bait and your thank you page, and you decide to promote a product. You have it all set up. So now you go approach a guy who's in your niche, and you say, hey, I've got this cool new site that I want to get some traffic to. I'm willing to do for you something that you're not willing to do. I'm willing to do some dirty work for you. I'm willing to write you 5 articles, 10 articles a day for a month if you send out a broadcast message twice to your list to send me traffic. All right, and that's just one small idea. Now, I know I hear some newbies and some other people saying, oh, but I don't know how to build a list. I don't know, it's technical. I don't know how to write emails. I just don't want to bother with it. Well, that's why inside of this course, I've made it dead easy for everyone to build up an email list, all right? I literally hand you everything. I walk you through all the steps you need to take. I even show you how to upload the whole site to your server. I show you where to go to get everything you need. I show you how to set it all up step by step, 6 videos that shows you how to set up your own squeeze page, thank you page. I even provide for you 7 emails that you can use in your autoresponder sequence that convert really well, all right? I show you how to pick a product to promote, and then I turn around and I show you how to get traffic using your email list as leverage, 22 different ways that you can get traffic, okay? So this is an amazing system. Continue reading down the sales page to read more about it. I will see you inside my course. Hello, everybody. Rob here, and thank you for getting the List Building Secrets Guide video guide. This video course and associated guides and stuff is going to walk you through the process of setting up an email list, an email marketing campaign for residual income. All right. Uh, Basically, and we're going to do it in a way that does not require Google, does not require keyword research, and only requires just a little bit of niche research. All right. The rest of it is just making the content, setting everything up, and then driving traffic. And the beautiful thing about the driving traffic part is we're going to do it in such a way that we never again have to rely on Google. There's obviously some things that we can do to get listed in the Google, and that is helpful, but that's not going to be the main focus of our website. All right. Anything that we do to get listed into Google is basically via article marketing and that sort of automated traffic. But everything else is going to be so unique that you will never have to rely on Google for a source of income. They say that your list should be able to feed you. If you have a list of 2,000 people, you should make $2,000 a month. Every subscriber should be worth $2, okay? So that means that in order to successfully set up a residual income is that you need a couple things you need to be able to sell. And so what we're going to do is the first step, of course, is to pick some products. And it's all going to be in the same niche, and it'll be, kind of niche oriented. And what we'll do is we're going to rotate. Once we get everything set up, we're going to rotate between good content, and that's up here in the content part. We'll rotate between promotions and good content and broadcast messages. And what we will do, this whole method will make you an easy money without ever having to think about Google at all. And as I said, when you write your articles, you can think about Google a little bit, but if Google decides to slap those articles, you still have a list. If Google decides to trash your website, you still have your list. You will never run out of money making potential as long as you have your list. So that's kind of the vital secret. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about how to pick a product, and we're going to go through the process of setting up a squeeze page and doing all that. And the reason I'm teaching you guys to do this because I know there's a lot of newbies. Now I know there's a lot of you who already have a list. That's fine. You can skip over all of this and go straight into the traffic module. I've got a video and a guide that you can use and some other stuff. But the rest of this is for newbies who have never set up a list before. This will take you through the process. It'll be dead simple. And within a few days, you'll be able to start promoting things for free and without relying on Google. Okay, so this is Rob. I will catch you in the next video. Okay, welcome everybody to video 2 of this list building course. What we're going to do is in this step, we're going to pick a niche and a product to promote with our squeeze page and our thank you page. And so basically, I'm just going to take you through a simple a step-by-step process that I use to pick a product and how I can quickly find out the products the hot buttons the buyers use, because that's really vital. Okay, it's really important that you do this, otherwise you will see limited success, and we want to see the most success possible. And so in order to sell these people, you have to understand they're buying hot buttons. So I'm going to give you a quick step-by-step way to pick a product and how to find out about their needs and their wants and stuff like that. So we're over in ClickBank because that's the easiest to get set up, and this is good for people starting off. Basically, I like to choose categories that are popular. Everyone, has health and weight loss problems. Everyone has relationship problems. I try to go for big market stuff because it's easier to identify with these people because everybody has this problem. And so it's easier whenever you do your product review, whenever you pre-sell your product as an affiliate, this is 10 times easier for you to sell them on, okay? So we're just going to go into health and fitness, and we're going to take a look and see what there is. Now, there's always fat loss for idiots, of course. There's always penis problems and stuff like that. Panic away, that's always all right. Truth about abs, this is always a good one. So, there's always good ones here. Burn the fat, feed the muscle, very common ones. But typically what I like to look at is a couple of the numbers. I want to concern myself with the amount of money I'm going to make. So, for example, fat loss for idiots, sales page, pitch 30%. So $32 a sale. I know that in this right here, the percentage referred is 90%. So I know that most of that money is being made is through affiliates. They're doing 75%. And this is the part that I'm the most concerned with is 400 Gravity. That means that there's a lot of affiliates promoting them. Roughly, Gravity, if you don't know it, most people do though. Gravity is just a measure of how many affiliates have made at least a sale within the last 6 weeks or so. It's a weighted average. It's not precise. But within the last 6 weeks, at least 400 affiliates have made a sale. Now, um, that means that obviously some affiliates are making a lot more and some are making a lot less. But basically, it's saying that there's a lot of people making money with this product. Now, because I'm not concerning myself with Google, I'm not worrying about the competition because the way I'm going to go about getting my traffic from these lists, this list building, doesn't depend upon that. So I don't care if there's 400 other people promoting it. I'm going to get my um, kind of my share anyway. All right. And once you get a small, and of course I'm getting ahead of myself, but once you get a small list, there's an easy way that you can quickly double this. All right. So you could double and triple your list size, overnight. And I'll cover more about that, as I said, in a future video. But um, the thing here though is just I want to just make sure it's converting. That's the thing I'm concerned about. You know, you can always promote a less popular thing. So if we go on page 2, um, stuff like this we can always promote. But I prefer to stick with the top 10 and the higher Gravity whenever I'm doing this method because I know it's converting, I know it's promoting, or I know it's converting because a lot of people are promoting it. So that's good. So I'm just going to go with this one. And we're going to go. The next thing I like to do is check out the sales page. Um, so we see fat loss for idiots. Very good graphics here. Basically, they're playing off of this whole fat loss for or the whole kind of for dummies kind of books. So people are making that a most emotional and mental association. They also see, this person, hey, I'm a certified idiot, but yet I lost, 9 pounds every 11 days. Um, and, right here above the fold, they have a click to begin, learn the 10 easy rules. So that looks pretty good. And then, of course, they have this down here. This is for basically for, um, more kind of pre-selling, I guess. So, if they're not convinced to click, they'll scroll down here and read this stuff and they'll say, okay, so we're going to click up here to begin and we're just going to go through the buying process. All right. So, fat loss for idiots, advanced dieting methods. Why are you overweight? So, they give a lot of good stuff, some good content. That's always good. And the one thing I like about this site, and a lot of people think it's ugly, but the one thing I like is about how it just slowly takes you through. It's like a book. So you read through this, you find out why you're fat and why all these diets don't work. But then they say, hey, on the next page, we're going to show you what does work. And so they're like, okay, click on the next page. And then first thing they see is kind of pictures of people going from fat to skinny. So, what if we could show you this? The true food is not the enemy. Hey, this is the magic bullet. You can eat as much as you want and you'll still get skinny. Okay? So, and they come into this suspend disbelief stuff. Don't believe it. Well, you've already discovered this doesn't work because you're here. All right? You're here. Fat loss diets don't work because you're here. You've came here. So obviously you're looking for a solution. On top of that, I talked about it on the last page, so obviously they don't work. So what does this tell you? It's not the answer. Calorie shifting is the secret. Well, it's calorie shifting. That's interesting. What is calorie shifting? And they give you kind of the basic theory. You're about to shock your body using a diet you've never tried before. Okay. So, and then it just said, if you looked at it, it just said you can download our new dieting system on the next page. And they're like, oh, sweet. So they click through. And then, of course, more, get skinny, fit in your jeans, your family will be shocked, etc., etc. And once again, they just take you through more sales page. This is what you're going to look like. Obviously, this is tiered towards women. All right, I'm going to start paying attention to the demographics. Everything in here is for women. Oh, and then they're offering a discount code. Okay. So you could use that. Click here to down the diet with a 50% discount code. And then please add on our, uh, you know, download options. So you can get the diet package 1, or diet package number 1 plus an extra Beyond Calories. Okay. And then they have, some more sales stuff. So I'll click this one. And then once again, more good news. You have, uh, 60-day money back guarantee. So click here to pay and download. And then, of course, it goes to ClickBank's lovely site with the premium add-on package, yada, yada. Okay, this is pretty good. So what I would do then is I would go back here and I would start writing down all the hot buttons. And the hot buttons are the things that make people want to buy. All right. So what I would do is I would read through this and I would open up a text file and I would go all the way back to the very beginning and I would say, okay, well, what are they doing? Well, low-fat foods don't work. Um, and they're kind of hitting on some facts here, and I'm thinking, well, what they're kind of hitting on here is stuff people already know, and they're kind of prodding at those frustrations. Well, I've tried what they're doing it without saying it. They're pointing us out without saying it directly. They're saying, fat loss foods don't work. You know it because you're here, right? I mean, they're kind of implying this when they talk about it. So what I would do is I would write down, okay, they're frustrated because they can't seem to lose weight. They've tried these things. They get into a pattern. And they talk about how, the pattern of diet and getting, weight, like losing and gaining weight doesn't work, how these make you miserable. So obviously, okay, one thing about weight loss is, if we eat all these low carb foods and these low calorie foods, they all suck. It just makes us miserable, and so we're not feeling good. We don't like to eat anything because all the food's disgusting. So frustrated because they can't eat the food they want. All right. So I'm going to write down all those things, and then I would write down the magic bullet and kind of what they're selling. So I would say, okay, the magic bullet is food. Hey, you get to eat. You get to eat what you want. I'm going to show you how to do it in a way that you will lose weight without giving up foods you enjoy. So magic bullet, lose weight, eat everything that you want to, okay? So that's the magic bullet solution. So what am I going to do then after that? After that, I'm going to open a new browser and I'm going to look for weight loss forums, okay? And what I would find is every forum that has to do with weight loss. And what I would do is I would go in and I would search for just start going through um, the posts, and I would start looking for people's frustrations. I would look at I'm just going to pick up a few of them here. About being 35 pounds overweight. The truth is, and it was, I'm a binge eater. Okay, so I'd make a diet. Well, maybe they're binge eaters. Basically, I'm looking. She doesn't have a whole lot of frustrating points. What I'm kind of looking for is frustration words, like I'm so frustrated, I'm at my wit's end, I'm tired. You know. Okay, here we go. Like compulsive eating disorder. Around 12 years old, I eat my emotions, feel bad afterwards, and sometimes eat until my belly truly hurts. I just hitting rock bottom lately and I can't stand it. That's good words. Those are the words I'm looking for. I would copy these and put those onto a text file, okay? And I would just keep doing that. I would go through through all these forums. I would make note of them, and I would kind of, oh, look, here's a great one. Gaining weight instead of losing it. Help, I'm terrified now. Oh, that's great. Fear, they're afraid. And so these are things that I can hit on whenever I build my review page, okay? So that is the first thing that I would do. I would make note of all of those kind of buyer buttons. And then the next thing that I would do, just to double check my findings, is I would go all the way back to Fat Loss for Idiots, and then I would go to Quantcast. And so let me do this here. Okay, so I've gotten to Quantcast. I typed in fatlossforidiots.com, and it says site is not quantified, so data is estimated. So we just need to make sure that we take this into consideration. All right, not take it, as fact, but good guesstimates. Okay. The first thing I like to look at here is the site. Kind of the stuff about it. FatLossForIdiots.com is a top 10,000 site that reaches over 238,000 people a month. The site attracts more female 50 plus audience. Okay, that's interesting. I'm going to go, what I would do then is I would look for other sites that possibly, for example, eDiets, Jenny Craig, all of the stuff that's related, what they say that they like, the affinity. And I would also see, if is it possible that these are 50 plus. And then I would go into the forums too, and I would see if I can kind of deduce their age. Because if I can find out their age and the fact that they're female, it can help determine how I go about selling. Okay. The typical visitor reads ediets.com, listens to Rush Limbaugh, and patronizes Nutrisystems. Okay. So, um, So Rush Limbaugh is conservative politically, so that may help us in some way. I'm not for certain, probably because of their age and the fact that they're female. I'm just saying. And then we come down here and we look at these statistics. So majority of the people that go to the site are 0 to 30K or I guess 0 to 60K. That's their average earnings. The biggest category is the 30 to 60K. So medium income. Majority don't have any school. We can just kind of use this to help get kind of our idea of how we want to promote. Okay, and then we kind of go down here. The next thing I like to look is traffic frequencies. So less than 1% are addicts. 13% of 29, of 13% are regulars. 29% of all the visits are regulars, and then the rest are passerbys. This is because this is a huge affiliate program, so they're driving just enormous amounts of traffic to the site. But 13%, 29%, these are telling me that 29% of all of their visits are regular. This means that they go back to the site more than once. This tells me that this might be a good site to promote because 30% of the visitors are probably purchasing, or at the very least, they're consider purchasing. So this means that if I drive enough traffic, I could probably get a really good conversion rate. All right, so that really helps me. So this is all looking really good. I would write down all of this information. I would go to, like, for example, I'm going to sit here and go to eDiets and see what they look like. I would compare that. I would and go to Jenny Craig. I would look up all of these things, and I would kind of, analyze all the data together. So that's kind of what I would do, and then I would just say, okay, well, this looks like this is a good thing to promote. Okay, so what I would do then is like, okay, well, this looks like this is a good thing to promote. I would go into ClickBank, and or I would go back. Sorry, I would go back to their site, and I would actually purchase the product. Now, yeah, I haven't promoted it yet. I haven't done anything with it. And what I would do is I would still keep the product. I mean, I'm kind of against this whole buying the product and then refunding it just because you want to review it. Okay. The only time I would absolutely ask for a refund is if I tried to promote it and no matter what happens, it just flops. Okay. I can't seem to make any sales. And since I'm not paying for advertising on this, I just chalk this up as a loss. So what I would do is, I'd go ahead and buy the product, and I wouldn't buy the add-on. I would just buy the base product. Okay, $39. And if you wanted to, you could become an affiliate for yourself and get it that way as a discount. I'm not advocating that one way or another. So, but that's what I would do, and those are the very first steps. Okay, so I've picked a product to promote. I'm going to promote this fat loss for idiots. All right, and so the next thing I need to do is register a domain and set up a squeeze page and a thank you page and make my review. So in the next video, we're going to talk about these 3 steps: registering the domain, setting up a squeeze page, setting up the thank you page, and making the review of the product. And I'll show you exactly what to do, as well as provide you with a template that you can use that kind of follows the same story plot. Okay. And I'll give you some ideas and suggestions on how to get your story, because I don't want anybody to lie. I'm not like a fat person myself. I don't need to lose weight in particular, so wanting to lose this is going to be difficult for me to sell it from a testimonial perspective. But I'll show you how to go about doing that in the next video. So this is Rob. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, everybody, welcome to the second video. In this video, we're going to cover how to register a domain name, how to pick a good domain name, how to set up a squeeze page and your thank you page. And I'm going to kind of cover all 3 of these at once because they all kind of tie together. For registering our domain name, I always like going with my such and such story. So, for instance, since we're doing weight loss, this would be my weight loss story. Okay. This way, you're going to target a lot of people. Now, I'm at a disadvantage. I want to target women because those are the primary buyers. However, I'm a guy. Okay. So this means that whenever I do a video review, I have a couple options. I can get a female to review it for me and use her voice, or I can just do it as a man. But I could still sell to women because all of the examples I use from testimonials and such as that, I will pull those. I will pull all the female ones. Okay, and so that's one way you would do it. There's also a problem that a lot of people have, and that's we all go around and we all worry about the ethics of promoting a product that we have never used, and then turn around and saying, from a testimonial perspective, hey, I used this product, it worked for me. Well, there's 2 ways that you can get around them, and you can use both. One, you can pull someone else's story. All right. So pull someone else's testimonial and read that and say, hey, listen to this story from someone who's used this product, and use that. Second, you can actually, and this really makes for a cool bonus, you can if, for example, if this is something that you're interested in doing. So for example, weight loss, even though I'm not big by any means, I do need to lose some weight. So a good idea for me would be to say, hey, okay, it wouldn't hurt for me to lose 15-20 pounds. So what I can do is, as a cool bonus for them buying the product, they'll get access to a blog that I can start. Now, normally I wouldn't really bother with even doing a blog, but I'm sitting here thinking, this would be a cool little bonus. So I would add a blog onto my site, and all I would do is every week I would update with my product, with my progress, and they can make comments. I would update with videos, and they can make comments, and I can answer their questions, and that would be a really cool bonus. And so I could invite them to come along with me as I try to lose weight. Hey, I want to try to lose weight. I'm going to try to go through this. So, please follow along. And what can happen is, and I'm going to put this as an extra step in here, set up thank you page. It's a review page, but then I said I wanted to have a blog. And the blog can say, for those that purchase, this bonus of following me as I lose weight. And I can list the benefits of that being, you'll follow me as I lose weight. I'll answer questions that you have because I'll be going through it. I'll discuss the pitfalls and the problems, and as well as provide additional advice. And by watching my story, we could be like partners. We can go in it together. And so what I would do is I would create, for those that purchase, I would create almost like a continuity program, but they're not paying for it. I would create I'd say 3 to 4 weeks worth of content, okay? And I would create an autoresponder series, and I'll explain how you set all this up as I go through this. But I would create an autoresponder series that points them to a blog post, every three to 4 days. So basically, even though I've already got the content already kind of made, or what I can do is over the first month of my promotion, I could make this content and post it up on there. But what I do is I slowly drip that content out to them. And sure, they can look at the other blog posts and see that I'm just, that I'm just, pointing out things as I go along. But the point is they still get the effect of what has happened. Okay. And so it's still kind of a free bonus for them. And what I would do is I would get these customers on a separate list, those who purchase. And I'm going to show you how you can go about doing that. And it's really simple and really easy to do. And so I would get them through 3 or 4 days worth of content. So that's kind of what I would do. I would use a blog, and that would be kind of my bonus. And in the review page, because I don't have this story, it's a problem. I could say, so I want you to follow along with me as I work to try to lose weight. Um, as a bonus for every person who purchases, you'll have private access to my journal. I'll call it that. I won't call it a blog. I'll say my weight loss journal. Okay. Journal. And what I will say is, you'll get access to that in which you'll see the pitfalls and the problems that I have, and you will get your question answered about your pitfalls and problems as well. And we can be partners as we go through this program. We'll go through it together. I've purchased it. I'm going to go through it. Walk with me hand in hand as we both go through this and we both lose weight. That right there will be a powerful, powerful motivator for them to buy because they feel like, hey, I've got, this, if you buy from me, if you click on my link and you go and you purchase, I will totally walk with you as I go through that. Okay, and so that's what I would do for the blog. And then I would, of course, do the follow up content. I'm going to talk about the follow up content. This is for people who don't purchase. So let's say those that don't purchase. And I've included in this course several email templates that you can use that help kind of show you how to follow up with your customers or your subscribers who have yet to purchase, as well as those who a couple of emails as those who have purchased from you. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of the path that we're going to go on. So I haven't done any of this yet, but I'm going to go. I'm going to try to target my weight loss story. Now, before we go on, we need some sort of opt-in bait. We need something that'll get them to want to opt in. And I'm thinking the perfect bonus, if you ever want a perfect opt-in bait, is a free chapter of the book or the guide that you're selling. Okay, if it's in video format, can take notes and say my notes of the leaked notes from this such and such course. Okay, and so what you could say is, would you like to lose weight? I've got for you a great diet called Fat Loss for Idiots, and I've got a chapter that I was able to leak. That I'll be able to leak to you for free. You can get a free chapter of this normally $40 ebook that I want to give you for free. And all you have to do is enter in your name and email on the box on the right. Okay, so, free leaked chapter. It'll show you how to lose weight. And then, of course, you can hit on those buyer hot buttons. And I'll talk about that whenever we're setting up the squeeze page. So we have kind of idea now for opt-in bait and what it'll be. And what you need to do just to make sure you can use it is to email the product owner and say, hey, I'd like to just run a promotion. Is it all right if I take the first chapter or whatever chapter from your ebook, and can I break it up, add my affiliate links to it, and then give that away for free? And most likely, every single one of them will tell you, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so it shouldn't be a problem. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go register our domain name. So we're looking for my weight loss story.com. And I have a feeling this is probably going to be taken. Yes, it is. But there is myweightlossstory.biz.us.mobi.me. And then also over here on the side, There's a couple options. My weight loss story now. Uh, my weight loss story online. Hey, that might be a good one. My weight loss story online. So I would go with that. So check that right there. Add and proceed to checkout. And then, of course, we would fill out all this information and then we would register it. Now, there's one thing that you need to do. You need to make sure that you go ahead and whenever you're setting up your GoDaddy. Now, if you don't have web hosting yet, you need to go get a web host, and I highly recommend HostGator. So let me show you that. So you can get reseller hosting, which adds unlimited sites, an unlimited disk space, or I'm sorry, unlimited sites, but you have limited amount of disk space and bandwidth, 250 gigs a month. I recommend though going just with the regular hosting, unless you're going to be doing some fancy stuff. You need the business. You know, you can get the business. It's only $12.95 a month. You get unlimited disk space, unlimited bandwidth, unlimited domains, your own toll-free phone number, a free dedicated IP, and free private SSL. Okay, so you got a ton of kind of features, and it's only $12.95 a month. That's what I use right now. A lot of people recommend reseller hosting, but I just use this, and it works incredibly well for me. Okay, so no big deal. So you just purchase that, and then whenever you register your domain, on the next step, let me show you that. So what you do is when you get in here, there is you need to click the add name servers, and it's a link right here. And what you do is you click that, and then you type in your domain excuse me, your host address for HostGator. And where you can find that is, let me show you. Once you log into your cPanel, is right here, your name servers. Okay, and so you would just enter those into here, and then you would complete your checkout. All right. And then you would get that would set everything up. You would then go into your HostGator cPanel, and what you would do is you would go to, well, what you would do is whenever you set this up, you would actually, if you set up your hosting first and you didn't have a website, you would have to do this differently. But if you already have this, you just go to add-on domain, and then you type in the domain name that you just registered, and then a password, and then click add domain, and it would add a domain to it. All right. So that's how you would go about doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and register this so I can demonstrate to you the website and everything. Now, right now, there is a code that you can use to get 299 domains, and I think it's 299 com, I think. Nope. Hey, let me go look that. Okay, so it's $2.99 by com. Okay, now this promotion is limited until September 22nd, or until it sells out. So it looks like it may be sold out. $2.99 by com. Let's try that again. So it's already sold out. It may just be one user per, and I've already used it, so it's possible that there's one per user. But if you use it, it's before the 22nd. You haven't used it before. I think you'll get a $2.99 domain. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to finish checking out here, and then we'll move. Okay, so I went ahead and registered the domain. All right, and we will see if it directs like it should. So. And it hasn't yet. It still needs to go through. I haven't waited long enough, so it'll take a few more minutes. But anyway, while we're waiting, all right, to make sure that it works, we're going to go ahead and we're going to build our squeeze page. And so you need a tool to do this, and I like using a free tool called Composer, and it's completely free, okay? And you can download it from this website, just www.composer.net, all right? And you can get it. So let me go ahead and open that up, and we're going to start building our website. Now, our website, I'm in Composer here. Website does not have to be pretty, okay? It just needs to work. And so when we go to build this website, there's a couple things that we need to keep in mind. All right, we need to keep in mind that we need to have a good solid headline that are going to entice them to stay and to purchase, or I'm sorry, to download the enter their email in name and email. And the second thing is, not only a headline but also a couple bullet points that just drive home those benefits. Also, I highly recommend doing a video. Okay, and a video will really, really increase your sales or your opt-ins quite a bit if you do it correctly. The type of video I like to use, just basically says, "Hey, my name is so and so. My name's Rob Howard. Thanks for coming to my website, my story, my weight loss story, online.com." As a bonus for or what I have for you today is I have a free leaked chapter from this really great guide that's called Fat Loss for Idiots. And a lot of people have used it to lose weight, um, a large amount of weight over a short amount of time. Whatever you could say, a lot of people have used it to lose 9 pounds in 11 days, and they do it over and over again. It's really unique, and this is kind of tell you why they want it. This method is really unique and very powerful. And if you get this, free, leaked chapter, you will learn, these couple things, and you just list off a few bullets. To get this free leaked chapter, all you have to do is enter your name and email on the box on the right, and I will send this to you immediately. Okay. So just enter your name and your email address right there on the right, and I will see you on the other side. Something just as simple as that. Hey, you'll get your free leaked chapter. Now, in order to do this, we need to have a good autoresponder. And if you don't have an autoresponder yet, an autoresponder service, I highly recommend that you go with Aweber. They're simply the best in my opinion. Okay, and I think right now they have they might be running a special. Yeah, they're doing a free $1 trial account and then $19 after that. So they've actually, that's really cheap. All right, 19 bucks a month and a buck for your first month trial. Give them a try. Use my method. Um, and and you could see how quickly that you'll be able to make that $1 back plus the $19 a month without any issue. Okay. um, but we already have my account, so what we need to do now is we need a couple things. We need to build the website, and we need to create an opt-in box that we can put on our website. So that's the next thing we're going to do, is create a list and create our opt-in box. So we're here inside my autoresponder account. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to create and manage list. So we're going to create and manage a new list. Okay. And that was just up there at the top. Sorry, I kind of had the camera out of view. So just create and manage list. Click on that little button there. And over here on the side, we say create new list. Okay. And then what you're going to do is call the list name whatever you want. I'm going to call it, since this is a free, we're going to have a free and we're going to have a paid account. Okay. Those who get it are just subscribers who have yet to purchase your product. We're going to have a list just for them. And we're just going to call this so we go my weight loss story online subscribers. So sub, that's kind of just how I'd like to name it. And I just call it my weight loss story online, and then, your from address, and then you can use, for example, Rob at my online or my weight loss story online.com. Okay. Company name, you could just do the same thing, my weight loss story online. Website URL, my story online.com. Okay, we don't have a logo, don't care, so we can just hit save list settings, and it would go ahead and save it. It'll create a new one. And then the next thing we want to do is go over to confirmed opt-in. Now, this is one of the most probably hotly debated topics on internet marketing. whether or not you should have an opt-in, confirmed opt-in turned on. If you have it turned on, you need to modify this custom message to say something that really gets them to want to confirm their subscription. I would go down here and I would change the name, and then I would change the intro so it's something a lot more personal, and I would change the custom line. I, however, prefer to not make my subscribers or my customers go through hoops. This is just my opinion. All right, you guys are entitled to do whatever you feel is right. If you want to leave it on, it's supposedly going to lower your spam rates and complaint rates. That's fine. I've never noticed a difference, but I like to turn it off. And if you just click on it here and a message will pop up and says, "Are you sure?" You just click OK. Now, I've never had any problems with it. If Aweber ever emails me and say, "Hey, you need to turn them back on," I'll turn them back on. Okay. But I prefer this. I think it builds the list a lot faster. As I said, that's just my opinion. All right. We could, I know some people that might be watching this that might want to debate me up and down about it. That's fine. I'm not interested in debating. If you feel comfortable doing it with it on, leave it on. Okay. So that's the first thing that we would do. After that, we go over to web forms, and we create a web form. Okay. And I would just name this squeeze, because this is just a squeeze page. Now, your thank you page you're going to want to change. And it would be my weight loss story online.com/ and I would just call it thanks.html. And so whenever you make this the thank you page, that's what you would name it, just thanks.html. Already subscribed page, I would hit thanks. Now, of course, it's going to come up with it being incorrect because it doesn't exist. That's fine. Okay. We're not going to worry about it. And we'll go ahead and go back and make it later. So we just hit next, and it will go ahead and take it. We can leave this as is if we want. We can put down here in the footer, we can just click this and say, I promise to never spam you or sell your name or email address. I hate that crap and won't do it to you. And I would even bold this. So I'm going to go up here and bold and save changes. Okay, and that's all I would do. I would hit save. Okay, yeah, it's going to tell me that the URL. So what I would do is the next thing I would actually do is I go in and I would start building my web page. You need to have, in order to make the web form, so actually for right now, I would just delete it. And what I would do is I would go in and change it, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So hit save. And then you're going to hit get HTML. You want the raw HTML version, just click in the box. Whoops. Hit Control-C to copy, and then come in here. So now it's time to start building our web page, okay? And I'm just going to show you how to quickly format things. This doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to be functional, okay? At this point, if you want to pay for nice graphics, a nice page, you can do that. But, it's definitely not necessary. So I'm going to move this to 650 pixels. You can adjust it just by using this right here. So 650 pixels. Or actually, I'm going to do 700. I do 700. Make sure it's wide enough for people can really read it well. All right. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of lengthen this out. And I'm going to create my headline. I'm going to go over here to heading number 1. And I'm going to write free. Or how about this? Yours free. Discover the #1 secret to, and I like this headline. Be sure to emulate it, okay? Discover the #1 secret to losing weight in 11 days or less, because that's the promotion that they're running. All right, lose 9 pounds and actually I could do that, to losing 9 pounds in 11 days or less. Okay, so I would then go down here, and what I'm going to do is then I'm going to add a table. Insert table. I need it to be 2 cells this way wide. All right, so I would go over here and it would pop up like this, and I just simply double click on it. This window would open up. I would want to go to table. I want to center align the whole table. All right, and then what I'm going to do is, now you can adjust these up here. I always have problems because it wants to jump back out to the side. I'm not sure what I can really do about that. You can kind of play with it to get it to adjust the way you want. But I'm just going to go ahead and actually, I'm going to go ahead and keep it off to this far to the side. So there we go. That looks pretty good. And then so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I'm going to put the opt-in box over here. And then I'm going to put some bullet points. I'm going to put an actual video right here. So over here, I'm going to go to page source. I just kind of select that so the cursor is going here. I go to page source. See how the cursor is blinking? And I'm going to hit Control V because remember, we still have it. The Aweber form. The Aweber form. So we're going to change this right here, the redirect. We're going to do my weight loss story. online.com/thanks.html. Okay, that's what we're going to do there. And then we just go ahead and come back, and looky there, the box just kind of nicely popped up. And if we hit the preview, as you can see, the formatting looks pretty decent. Headline here. Now this is a little high up, but what we're going to do is we're going to put some bullet points. We may want to put some more text under here. Actually, I think I'll do that. So I'm going to go right up here, and I'm going to say maybe a heading 3 text. Watch this short video to discover how you can get the leaked chapter from a famous weight loss guide. All right. And so the next thing I would do is I would put, you're going to put my video in here. Now we need to change this box so it pops back up here at the top. So I'm going to double click on this, and I want the vertical alignment to be top, and I hit apply. Okay, and what I'll do is see it'll pop it up at the top. And then of course I need to fix the formatting. There we go. Not too bad. Let's take a look at the preview. I'll just put some blah, 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 blah text in here. And we'll click preview. Okay, not too bad. So what I would just do then is I'd go record a video that shows me, talking about that thing I said. Hey, this is what you can get. My name is Rob Howard. Welcome to my weight loss story online. Thanks for coming. I want to give you today for free the #1 secret to losing 9 pounds in 11 days. This is a leaked chapter from a famous weight loss guide, and I want to give it to you for free. Inside this guide, you will learn, how to lose weight, how to end your frustrations with this and this. Hit all those hot buttons, and I'd say, and to get this guide, all you have to do is enter your name and email on the box on the right. And and by doing that on the next page, I will give you this one free secret. Okay. And then I would maybe even put up here, name, just kind of reiterate it, email, address to get this free leaked chapter. Or, whoops. Okay, so I went ahead and added some text, into the box. That way it'll kind of collaborate a little better. And then I would go ahead and I would put a video here. All right. And then if you wanted to, you could go find some graphics, some big red arrows, and I would put another table in here. And what I would just do is I'd put a big red arrow that points up into here, and then maybe I would even put another one that points down. All right, so it kind of points to this box, and that would increase your conversion rate. So this video is getting a tad bit long. I think we're going to cut it and we're going to break it into another video. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to build your thank you page. All right, and then kind of show you how to set up your blog. And then I'm going to demonstrate how to make up some follow-up content and start driving traffic. Okay, so this is Rob. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so we are back here. And I just got done talking about setting up your squeeze page. Now, I haven't done the video yet, and for this demonstration, I don't know if I will have time for it. I'm a very busy person. If I decide to seriously penetrate this niche, though, this is a good website for me to use, and I'll use it. So if you decide to go to my website, don't see a video, you'll see this instead. I really will upload this to my server, but you won't see a video here. But I do recommend putting a video here. And I said if I were seriously in this niche, I would do it myself. But for demonstration purposes, this is what it'll be, just to give you that warning. Now, we need to set up the thank you page. Okay, that's our next goal. And so in order to do that, we need to readjust this page. Now, I've already saved this as the index page. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this because the formatting, I don't want to mess with the formatting really much at all. So all I'm going to do is put a, thanks for subscribing. Your free leaked chapter has been sent to your inbox. Okay. And then what I would do is I would start to go in to this whole thing. And as I said, my kind of pre-sale for this product would be weight loss, obviously, and it would be my pre-sale would kind of be, hey, follow me. That's kind of the example that we're going to use. So so what I would do is I would just start writing this up like a sales letter, except it would be a pre-sale letter. I would just say, hey, frustrated, dieter. Whoops. Understand how it is to try and lose weight. Whoops. Spell lose right. Lose weight. I've myself, and this is the truth, have tried many times, but I always experience these problems. Okay? And what I would just do is I would just go down a couple things, and I would go up here, and I would click bullets, and then I would just state. Now, these are frustrations everyone feels and frustrations I pulled from the demographics. So I'd say, I never can seem to, and actually this font's really small, so I'm going to increase the size. I never can seem to keep the weight off. Okay, good. I never can seem to keep. Yeah, that's what I thought. Different size and different sizes here. It was bugging me. Okay. So I'm just writing in some bullet points. Okay, so I basically kind of fleshed out what this was going to be. I didn't do it all completely because, as I said, I'm not really entering this market just yet. But I kind of give you an idea of what it needs to be. And I've done a lot of these before, especially in the relationship niche. And the format doesn't really change. I always have the thanks for subscribing. It'll get there in about 10 minutes into your inbox while you wait. Read my story. Now, just a word about the contents of the free league chapter. Make sure you put your affiliate links in there, okay? Because people will want to come from that site or from your ebook and or from your leaked chapter, and they'll want to buy. Okay, so make sure you do that. The first thing that I do, hey, frustrated dieter, I understand how hard it is to try to lose weight. I've tried myself, and what I do is, have you experienced these problems? All I do is pull those hot buttons out. I use the similar wording, um, that other people have used on those forums, and I just list them. And then I say, does this seem like you? If it does, I understand where you're coming from. Fortunately, I found a great resource, which you got a leaked chapter from, called Fat Loss for Idiots. I just picked it up the other day, and I really want to go through it to shed some serious pounds. And I want you to come along with me as I do. So once again, that invitation to come along with you. All right. I made a short video for you covering what is in Fat Loss for Idiots, asking the question, does it work, and other questions, as well as my personal invite for you to join me on my weight loss quest. And then I might even say something like, as we know, the best way to lose weight is with a partner. So watch this video and find out more. Okay? And then in the video, I would have my story. It would just basically be a summary up here. I'd be like, hey, my name's this and this and this. I just picked up Fat Loss for Idiots. I'd really like to lose weight. I've struggled before. I've gone through these problems, kind of similar to what I've said up here, and I really just want to be able to get serious and do this. Fortunately, though, I found the Fat Loss for Idiots. Here's what is in the Fat Loss for Idiots, and I would just go through chapter. I would look at the just the chapter, the contents in the chapter. If there's a website membership area, I would show them about that, and then I would show them the sales page. On the sales page, I would show testimonials. And then actually, I found some cool testimonials. Remember when I was saying that you don't have to have your story? It doesn't have to necessarily be a success story. You could use someone else's. Well, I found a cool little blog that has nothing but customers' testimonials about Fat Loss for Idiots. The topic was so huge, he created a forum just for it. And so what had happened was I've read through this, and this one is great. This person right here, this chick, she had just this amazing story about how she tried other diets and how they didn't work. And the funny is, I know this is an actual testimonial because no links have been posted, as an affiliate link. But I just went through here and I just read the story, and as time goes on, um, the interaction and stuff that's going on is really good. And so I just read through her story. And what I would do is I would sum this up. Hey, and here's some content. So here's what some other people are saying about Fat Loss for Idiots. I found this really cool site that's got these people on it talking about it. And then I would start telling her story. There's this girl who goes by this, this forum name on this forum, and here's her story. She tried to lose weight, but she was like us, had a hard time doing it. That evil fat just wouldn't come off. She's tried this diet, this diet, this diet. She ended up buying the Fat Loss for Idiots guide, and here's what she says. And I go just gonna go through the chronicle. I would chronicle her and say, hey, she ended up losing 14 pounds in a month. Yeah, no, that's not 9 pounds every 11 days, but she still worked for her. She went down and lost a lot of weight, and and I would say what other people said. No way, 9 pounds already, good for you. Yada 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 yada. It's a good start. And I would just read through it and I'd say, this is what the people have said. So I would show testimonials, okay, from actual people. And then I would say, okay, and we've seen enough. I'm pretty confident this is going to work. I want you to get Fat Loss for Idiots, so me and you, we can go through this together. And if you buy, I'm going to give you private. If you buy this, just click on the link below, all right? And if you buy through my link, I will give you private access to my blog where we can work on this together. We can work on this problem together. And on that blog, basically, I it's my journal. And you'll go through with me with videos and other things as I experience this Fat Loss for Idiots stuff. All right, I wouldn't say stuff, but I'm experiencing Fat Loss for Idiots. And so what I would do is with the blog, I would just every week I would post 2 videos and saying, and it doesn't even have to, you can show yourself. You don't have to show yourself. You can just PowerPoint slides and sum up what you've done. Here's what I've done. I've done this and this and this week. I've lost this, amount of weight. Um, how have you been doing? And then just ask that question and get people to comment, and then you can respond to some of their comments, in a few days and be like, well, I've had these people comment. Here's a couple of the answers. So that's what I would do as far as the thank you page and setting this up. Okay. So that's the thank you page. That's for buyers. Now, um, once we get that set up, the next thing that we want to do is make the follow up content for those that don't purchase, and we need to get the follow up content for those that do purchase. So for those that do purchase, I've created a second list, and you can go over here. And once you get the list set up, what you do is um, create a Gmail account. And inside a Gmail account, what you do is you could tell your visitors in the video to say, hey, and once you purchase, just send me an email with your receipt number to this email inbox, and what I'll do is I'll forward you the link where my blog is. And all you have to do is, since you don't want to manually, um, you know, go through and be manually sending links, all you do is set up an autoresponder inside Gmail that automatically sends them the link every time someone sends a message. Now, you will get a few people who email you and it'll, respond that way, but a lot of the people uh, will, they'll be serious. Now, you might be thinking, well, what if someone accesses it without being purchasers? Well, big deal. Who really cares? I mean, most of the people, I'd say 70-80% of the people who will access your blog will be legitimate buyers. Sure, you'll get a few that does it. Once you get it set up, it's hands off, so don't worry about it. Just let it go. And then they'll get access to it. And then what you'll do is you're actually the page you'll send them to on your blog will have another sign up, and what you want to do is get them on your list. And so it'll send the address to where you have your opt-in box. Okay. And then what you would want to do is you want to go to automation in here because you don't want them on your subscribers list at the same time. And so what you would do is unsubscribe. Actually, you would go to the subscriber list. So let's go to let's find it. Got to find it here. Okay, I found it. So the subscriber list. So I would just go unsubscribe from list when the lead subscribes to, and then I would find the buyers list, and I would save automation rules. And so what would happen is you would start segmenting your buyers um, from your just regular subscribers. So see how I set that up? And as I said, you just send the link. You just create a third page, just like this one. Just create a third page that has an opt-in box and says, hey, please enter your name and email address here, and I'll forward you straight to the blog. This is to make sure, and you can just give some reason. This is just to make sure I want to keep registered, and I can keep account of how many people have signed up. So I could just keep track of that because I want to know how many people have success, okay? So that could be your reasoning, and then you would send them to the blog. So that's kind of how you go about setting that up. So the next thing that you want to do is make your follow-up content for those who purchase and those that don't. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about the follow-up email sequence that you want to follow so you can get maximum sales in as least amount of time as possible, as well as happier customers, all right? And make sure all of this stuff works right. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to do that. So this is Rob. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.